Good evening, everybody. It is April the 23rd, and I, I can't hold back. This has to do with Robert Kennedy's testimony yesterday before Congress, where he tried to justify Trump's calculation that he has brought drug prices down by 600%. And so Kennedy was questioned about this yesterday, and he said, well, the president has a way of calculating it. And like he has his own way of calculating, own way of doing math. Two plus two isn't four. With Trump, it's whatever he wants it to be. Well, today, Trump had a dog and pony show at the White House where he had his whole cabinet behind him. And Kennedy went on to explain that they were trying to ridicule Trump over his math, but he explained he explained that here's the math. This is what Kennedy said, that if you have a drug that's at $100, it goes up to $600. That's a 600% increase. So therefore, if it goes from 600 down to 100, that's a 600% decrease. And with that, Trump is nodding, and Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, who happens to be the CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald, he's a stockbroker, by the way, nodding, and Secretary of what's CMS, Centers for Medicaid, or the director for the Centers for Medicaid, Dr. Mehmet Oz, nodding, yep, to the math, but with a grin on his face because he was obviously knew that that was wrong, but he was just being, a bobblehead nodding in approval. None of the other cabinet secretaries could look the camera in the eye or nod their heads, but you had Trump nodding that his math is correct, Kennedy supporting Trump's math, and Commerce Secretary, who's supposed to be in charge of the economy, nodding in agreement, and Oz, who's going to tell us what is healthcare fraud and what isn't, nodding that going from $600 down to $100 for drug costs is a 600% decrease. I've been telling you for years now that Donald Trump is stupid. I mean, really, really stupid. And, in so many ways, this is a beautiful example of this is basic arithmetic. I mean, you're talking percentages is something that I think you learn nowadays in second, third, fourth grade. I think this is like elementary school. Certainly by sixth grade, this is you need to sixth grade. They're already learning algebra now. This is third, fourth grade arithmetic that Donald Trump doesn't know. Now, if Kennedy and Lutnick and Oz don't know this, God help us. How on earth can you have this country run by people who don't even understand basic third grade arithmetic? But this is not an isolated thing. Trump has said things that are profoundly stupid. I mean, I hate to be so bold and but he's stupid. How he can say things like he has said, about math, about medications, about viruses. I mean, the other day he said, he drinks Diet Coke because if it kills grass, it must kill cancer. How can this country, have a moron in running the country and dropping bombs and starting wars and creating all kinds of chaos? The man doesn't even have the intellect of a third grader. And for Oz and Kennedy and who's the other clown? Oh, Lutnick, nodding, as if this math is somehow correct. Well, I put a little explanation below as to exactly why the math is not correct. Percentage increases are all based upon where you start with the baseline. A $100 to a $600 increase is a 600% increase. A $600 to a $100 decrease is not a 600% decrease. It is mathematically impossible, is mathematically incorrect. It's like two plus two is not equal to four. This is really fundamental, and it's just so embarrassing. Trump actually thinks that his math is right, and he's got his obsequious sycophants, bobbleheads, agreeing with him on TV, in front of the country, in front of the world. No wonder the entire world is laughing at the United States. And for you people out there who are still supporting this man. Where, come, man, did you go to third grade? Man, this is beyond embarrassing. These people are too stupid. We have the president of the United States, the man running the man with his finger on the nuclear codes, the Secretary of Health and Human Services, the Secretary of Commerce, and the Secretary of Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, none of whom understand third grade arithmetic. My God, help us.